Hello, beautiful people. My name is Regan Danforth House, and I am going to share with you some fun, simple little tricks to take your makeup look to the next level, to make your skin look even more flawless. A little bit of highlighting, a little bit of contouring, and super, super simple tips, okay? So I already have my foundation and my makeup on the way that it's just kind of a normal everyday with some cheeks and some lips and all of that. So as you can tell, I have a full glamour eye and then just kind of soft cheeks and lips. So the first thing that I do is I highly recommend these beauty blotters. I love them. They come like little tissues and they are a very fine, like a linen paper. And so these absorb oil without taking your makeup off. So if you are like me and you get shiny throughout the day, these are way better than just blotting with toilet paper. You can see, look at all that oil, you guys. And that's from just not even that long. So I'm super, super oily skinned. And so one of the tricks that I learned from another Mary Kay friend of mine is to put my moisturizer on and let it soak in, and I do my eye cream and all that, and then I take a beauty blotter and blot the oil and the excess moisture off, because you still need moisture and you want the sun protection and all of those things, but I can blot some of that excess, and then I do my foundation primer, and then I do my foundation. And now this next step is something that I typically do before I do my eye makeup because it will help protect from fallout and all of that. But I wanted you to see the before and after. Okay, so I'm gonna do just one side first. This is our under eye corrector. Also can be used as a highlighter for any area. So you're gonna get to see me use it in a couple of different ways. And if you have pretty youthful skin still under the eyes and you don't have bags or puffiness, then you can pretty much do the highlighting pen in this whole triangle underneath. Now, sometimes my eyes are pretty puffy and I've got some, pretty good sized bags. What this product does is it lifts and it brightens. And so if you put highlighter on top of a puffy bag under your eye, it's going to bring out the bag under the eye. And so what you would do, and you can kind of see here where the dark circle is and then where my puffiness is. And so in that case, you would go under the puffiness, okay? You don't want to go on the puffiness. You can even go a little bit under the eye, and you're gonna see how this cleans up and gives a little bit of an eye lift just by doing that. So you can see the difference from that eye to that eye. See how that just lifts right there? And then you can also put a little bit of highlighter here. And this area here is called the triangle. Let me see if I can make a triangle here. Triangle of youth. It's like right there. And so having this area just looking bright, oops. And it does not take a lot of product, you guys. Just a tiny, tiny bit. So this little tube will last a long, long, long time. All right, so there you can see the difference from one side to the other, just from that. All right, so the other area that you can do this highlighter is if you want to do some highlighting and contouring. Now, this is actually perfect timing because I have a pretty big blemish right there. Not sure if it's from sweat or baseball hats or stress of having the kids home and figuring out all the teaching and everything that's going on right now for us. But I have this really nice blemish. So I am not gonna put any highlighter on the blemish. Again, I don't want it to look bigger and brighter. And I have kind of a broad nose, and it's kind of a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna show you what I'll do with the contour. But for now, I'm just gonna do a little tiny bit there. And then I have fairly thin lips as well. And so I like to put a little bit of highlighter here. All right, so this is just gonna help to kind of bring my smile out and make my lips look a little bit fuller after I've done the contouring and the lip liner, and then a little bit here on the chin. Okay, so now let me go ahead and do the other eye really quick and show you again. So I do one dot here, and then I usually do like a couple of dots just like right there. And because again, a little bit goes a long way. So you do not need a lot. And this area right inside here is one of the main areas where you can just lift and brighten. And then again, you'll see how I just can create that line here. And then I like to have lots of brushes. So I have a whole bunch of brushes so that I don't have to clean brushes every single day. And because I like to have them for just kind of different purposes. So here's a clean foundation brush so that I can just kind of blend in and take off any excess very quickly and easily. All right, so now for the blemish, I am going to you can use a concealer, or we also have, oh shoot, I thought I grabbed it. Where did I put it? Okay, that's strange. It must be in a drawer somewhere. So we have a limited edition pencil that is green, and the green actually is designed to help cancel out red. So redness around the face, blemishes, all of that, but you can also just use a concealer. And our concealers are amazing. A tiny bit goes a long way, and it's just a more densely pigmented color corrector than a foundation, okay? So just a little bit and it's gonna completely cover it. So once I've done the highlighter, again, this is usually before my makeup that I'll do under here, my eye makeup anyway, that I'll do under here. And then I let it dry for a minute, and then I use our makeup brush, or I'm sorry, makeup sponge, and you are supposed to get it wet and squeeze out as much excess as you can. All right, so this is the sponge. Sometimes I like to get my towel and squeeze even more. And then the translucent powder, I have a whole video on this powder specifically, how much I love it, all of the benefits of it, and that I even use it as a dry shampoo. So let me tell you about just some basics about it though. So this white translucent powder, it'll go on sometimes depending on how dark your skin tone is, it'll look white when you put it on, but then it actually just sets and is clear, all right? It's invisible. So what I do, especially if I'm doing, you know, kind of full dramatic makeup, is I will put it all the way. And I gotta be extra careful because now I've got my eye makeup on. But usually I do this before I've done my eye makeup. And because I'm super shiny and oily and all of that, I am only putting it on the areas, like I don't put this on my nose especially if I'm going to be doing anything with cameras and lighting, because I don't want my nose to look bigger than it already is. So I just do it right here, and you'll see how thick I'm putting it on. All right, so now you can just take this foundation, or sorry, this powder, and you can just put a light layer to set your look and even touch up. And what it does is it actually does not settle in your fine lines. It fills up, it like goes around in the skin, on the skin, kind of into the fine lines, and then it sets, and it actually helps to reduce the appearance of the line because of this light reflecting quality that it has. And so if you're worried about powders making your, look, I love how it looks right now. If you're worried about powders settling in your fine lines and making your lines look more noticeable, this is the opposite of that. You are gonna love this. Now, if you have super, super dry skin, you might wanna not do it as heavy as I do it. This is what people call baking. You can, again, you can do this or not, but I'll put this on and then I just leave it on while I'm doing my makeup, okay? And then I will go ahead and show you the contouring. And I use my powder brush and I squeeze it because I want to be able to control where it is. Now, normally I'll do this before my cheek color. I do the cheek color last, after I do highlighting and contouring, but you're still going to be able to see the difference. And I just go from right above the ear. I don't go this whole way, all right? This is just to give me a little bit of a cheekbone look because I don't have very strong cheekbones either. And you can even go, I also don't have a very strong jawline. So all of these are the little tricks, and you just can go right under that jawline with this contour. Now, the difference between a contour and a bronzer, contour is a matte, dark shade. Bronzer is a shimmering shade that goes on, and it's designed to just kind of give you a little bit of a sun-kissed look. So the reason that you might want a contour and not just a bronzer is because, for example, when I am doing the contouring on my nose, I don't want it to look shimmery and shiny. I want it to look very matte and be basically invisible. So I'm just gonna do this cheekbone. And y'all, I gotta tell you, I'm not a perfectionist. Like I am a perfectionist, but I'm not perfect at the whole eye makeup or makeup thing, even though it's what I do for a living. And so I just want to give you encouragement that it's just, you just kind of play with it, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And you can always, and then once we do our powder, it kind of blends it all together. So you're not going to see exactly where it starts and where it stops. But you can see the difference from this side to this side already, right there. And then I take my highlighting powder, which does have a shimmer. I got a brand new, I love this stuff. So I got a brand new one, and then you can see my cheek color there too. And so I just get this. This is the glazed, this is the lighter shade. And you can kind of just go over the top side of the cheekbone. So the contour goes on the bottom of the cheekbone. So our cheekbones are pretty flat and they lay like this. And so the contour goes underneath, and then the highlight goes right over the top. And I love that look of like just happy, happy, sun-kissed, glowing cheeks. And so while I like for all of this to be matte, I love for my little rosy cheeks to just shimmer and look really bright, and it just makes your skin look so healthy. I even sometimes use the darker, what's it? Hold on. Y'all, this is so bad. Okay. I'm still getting the names. Okay, yeah, I've got the Glazed On, and then Honey Glow is the darker one. And I will even use in the winter, I'll use Honey Glow as my cheek color too. But right now I'm doing cheek color over the top. So I've got my contour, my glazed, and then I do the cheek color over the top. All right. So you guys can see the difference there. And I have one of our liquid foundation brushes from a while back. So we've got other brushes that you can use. But this is what I go back in to clean up and take off, just dust off that translucent powder. And I will tell you that when I started using this, I noticed a significant difference in just the appearance of my skin, especially like in pictures and things, and that my skin just looked more fresh and bright, and it lasted and looked more like, my makeup just looked better longer all day long. Okay, let's see where I'm at here. Okay, so you guys can see one side to the other side. So now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna contour the left side. Again, I'm just pinching it. I'll go a little darker just so you guys can see it. But it doesn't need to be real dark. The whole like super strong, intense, visible contouring thing is not in. So don't overdo it. I'm doing it a little stronger so you can really see. And then, again, I'm super oily, so there's no amount of powder that is too much powder for me. So I go over all of this with just my mineral pressed powder. And so that helps to blend it in too. So, and then here's the glazed highlighter. Okay, there's that. And then if you want to go even more, take it to the next level, I love our liquid eyeshadow. This is Light Beam. Okay, and so just go here. And then I do one dot on the tip of my nose because it makes it look like I have like a point to my nose and makes it a little bit thinner looking. And then you just kind of pat and blend. You can even do this and let it dry. Like as soon as you do your foundation, you can do this and do the other stuff like over the top of it. So you can just kind of play with it and see how you like it. And then a little dot right there and right there. All right, and then I do my lip liner. I do like using the lip primer first, and what the lip primer does is it fills in any, if you're starting to get any fine lines around the mouth, this helps to fill it in. So it's like it's like a wrinkle eraser for around the mouth, and then you fill in the lips, and then it's a primer for your lipstick. So when you put it on, it makes your lipstick go on smoother and it makes it last longer. And then I use the light nude. So if you're using a lip liner that actually matches your natural lip shade, then you can go on the outer edge. Again, my lips are kind of fine then, and so I like to go on the outer edge, but you definitely don't want it to be obvious or visible that you're doing that. And so you've got to use a natural lip liner that matches your skin tone. Then you can go back in with a darker lip liner. Like sometimes I'll use pink or chocolate or, you know, something like that. Then you can go back in and do the actual lips, and that lip liner is gonna go on just the inside, like right on the edge of your lips, whereas the nude one or natural one goes on the outer edge of the lips. And then to complete the look, I've got this lipstick. This is our Gel Semi-Matte Blush Velvet. So very natural color for my skin tone. Most of the time, unless I'm doing something really, really fancy, if I do a lot of eyes, I'm not gonna do a lot of lips. And of course, right now we're wearing masks all the time. And so I have found that since most everyone is only seeing my eyes, it's kind of fun to do a little extra. It just cheers, it just looks happier. It's like some normalcy when I walk in and I'm smiling at people and my eye makeup is done. And then of course, I'm not doing lipstick and lip gloss because it just gets all over my mask. So I get really excited when I can do my lips now. And then this is our blush nude. Again, I just love it because it's not so nude that you look like you don't even have lips. It's just very soft and natural and pink and happy. And then you can take either a pressed powder or you can take your mineral powder foundation, depending on how much coverage you want. This gives a really, really sheer layer of coverage and oil absorbing. If you want more coverage, then you can do the mineral powder foundation. That can be worn by itself or it can be layered. It just depends on the look you're going for, how much coverage you want, and your skin type. But our mineral powder foundation also is designed to not settle in fine lines. So if that's something that's always bothered you about powder foundations, I encourage you to try ours. I have on the matte liquid powder, and then you've seen everything else that I've done. So let me go ahead and give myself a little bit of a jawline again. So this helps us, you know, kind of get some of the things that we want. Thinner nose, stronger jawline, cheekbones, all the things that I don't really have. All right, so there you have it. Just some fun tricks for a little bit of highlighting and contouring. Once you do it a couple of times, y'all, it's so easy. It only takes like a minute on top of your normal makeup look. So go out there, make it a beautiful day. Thanks again for joining me.